What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a low-key title that we have not played since, like, 2017, in that realm somewhere. It's a game that's called Saelig. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but either way, it's a game that is very much trying to be a low medieval version of The Guild. If you've never played The Guild before, The Guild is a game in which you run a family in the Renaissance, kind of like Medici style, and you can be a burglar, you can be a robber, you can be a craftsman like a carpenter or a baker. It really doesn't matter. The goal of the game, though, is to advance your bloodline and get as far into the world and make as much money and take over as much of the town as you possibly can. This game is very much the same, just in a different setting. So I think it's like 80, yeah, it's like 880 right now. And you start out in this game as just a townsman. And this game kind of takes the Guild 2 and flips it on its ear in that this game allows you to play both the macro and the micro. Like, if you wanted to grow up in this game and become a village elder and be in charge of things, you can absolutely do that. That was always one of the goals when you were playing the Guild as well, is that you wanted to end up, I think, on the judiciary or whatever, as you were trying to be part of the town council or like a judge or something like that, so that then you could give your family all kinds of benefits from your political station. This game, you could do the same thing, or in this game, you can play it just kind of like a survival RPG as well, which was something you could never quite do in the Guild. In this game, there is nothing that's forcing you to buy a business and become more sophisticated and create supply chains or whatever else. You can live your entire life in this game just being a beggar, just being a pickpocket, and never going any further. I mean, you can go out and chop wood out in the forest and bring it back and sell it every day just to earn enough money for your meals and wander around and do that as well. It's entirely up to you. And then, of course, pesky Vikings are going to be landing from time to time. As you can see, the Danes right now are out in the bay, which is never a good sign. They like to come in and invade every now and again, and your combat skills will play into whether or not you can hold them off. So let's play the game for about 30 minutes. We're going to see if this is something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. The game is in early access. However, there's a lot of stuff to do here because the game has been in early access since like the dawn of time, and it's been overhauled over and over and over again. So there's a lot of things to do here. This is kind of one of those games that I've always assumed is going to be in perpetual early access. It's just going to stay there forever. So that link is down there. You can also find another link to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into trouble out in the hinterland. So who is my character? My character is the venerable Ass Chapman. Ass Chapman doesn't play around. He doesn't have time to deal with all these trifling issues that the rest of these villagers, spend all their time concerning themselves with. Beat-stained teeth, for example, that's a big one. People spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to get the beat stains off of their teeth. I think that's a big part of it. I think there's a lot of people that are very, very upset about their turnip yields and are concerned about how they can fertilize the fields better and thus make their hands smell crappier. I am concerned with the complete and total destruction of nature. That's what I'm doing out here. So my character has actually been a huntsman this entire time, and as you can see, I gave him the orders to go and hunt a fox. So that's exactly what he's going to try to do for the rest of the morning. Your character in this game does have skills. Those skills will develop kind of like Skyrim style. If you come on into here, you can see where your wife is at. You can see who your heir is. You've also got your skills at farming and at trading and at interacting with other human beings. I'm a butcher, so as you can see right here, I've got all my skills leveraged into archery, into leatherworking, and also into butchering animals. So I run the local butcher shop when I'm not out hunting. I don't have any employees right now, so I'm just taking care of all this all by my lonesome. And in fact, it does look like we got the fox. If you're wondering who that fox is, that's my pet fox. I named him Turbo. He's been my best buddy for a good long time, and I shan't not betray him. We'll eat some food real fast just to make sure our meters stay filled up. But ultimately, that is the goal of this game. Like, what is the point of this game? This game is a much more sandboxy version of the Guild. So when you're playing the Guild 2, that's a game that I have a lot of hours into. There's a certain linearity to it where there's things you work on, there's things you don't work on. Oh, we've got more deer over here. Let's go get them. There's things you work on, there's things that you don't work on, there's things that you spend your time on, and that's just the structure of the game. So like day one in the guild, you're probably going to buy a workshop of some kind. It may be a tavern, it may be a bakery, it may be a carpentry workshop, but really all of the economic development in the guild happens once you own yourself. Oh, we got him on the first shot. Nice. All of the development in the guild happens once you own a workshop, and the revenues that you derive from having that workshop are going to dictate what happens for the rest of the game, what you have available to you, who you can bribe, who you can pay off, what systems you can infiltrate. This game is a lot more street level, is the way that I would put it. This is a game where you are under no necessity to interact with the greater economy if you don't want to. You don't need to set up a supply chain. You don't need to particularly get married. You don't need to have children, as long as you understand that every year you will age, and eventually your character will die of old age without an heir. So like for me right now, I am attempting to woo Hannah, this character right here. And in fact, let's go follow her for a little bit, and we'll just be a tiny bit flirtatious with her, because I've been trying to land myself a wife, and because I'm a go-getter, the wife that I'm trying to land, she is moving up the ranks of the town guard right now. I thought to myself, if I'm going to hit on a woman, why not hit on a woman that's a part of the overall law enforcement structure of this entire land, so that maybe, if it ever comes down to it and they want to throw me in the pillory, I've got a little bit of leverage. My wife can step in as sheriff and be like, nah, that's not going to happen. Let's go talk to her real fast. So when you talk with these people, they'll recharge after a certain amount of time. Right now, she's talkative, and so I just want to flirt with her. Other men, oh no, she left me, dude. She's not interested in my conversationalizing any longer. It's just like real life. All right, there is not a lot of dirt in your hair. Yeah, I assume that counts as flirtatious. Other men blush as you walk by. Nice, that's good, that's good. Your eyes shine like gems. She's losing interest in this conversation. Quick, chat her up. Let's talk about work. Hannah tells you everything you could ever want to know about their job, and she seems very proud of her work. What is your favorite food? She likes ale. Okay. And then, like, how are you doing today? I'm doing okay. Life is really rough at the moment, but I'm alive. See, that's why you need to get with a hero. I'm over here just absolutely killing it in the butchery game, just up to my elbow in butcher's cash. This might be a form of flirtation, but have I told you? I've renovated my house twice in the last 4 years. Just made it nice and more comfortable because I can do that. Let's see. I saw the most beautiful flower the other day, and it reminded me of you. All right, she's losing interest. However, it looks like we are moving up the chain right now when it comes to our relationship with that woman, so that should be all right. Now that I've hunted a couple animals, what do I do with those couple of animals? Well, first of all, we check and make sure that the Danes are still out in the bay and that they haven't landed yet. Have I mentioned there's multiple cities in this area? There's not just ours, so there's villages all over the place. And all of these villages have buildings that you can buy. You can become a landlord if you want to. You can make friends. It's up to you what you want to do here. As far as I know, this is like a one-man project. I don't know if there's like a massive team working on this game. And so if you're ever, oh, look, there's a woman doing push-ups. Baldafleda. I just apparently felt the need to do push-ups right now in front of my butcher's shop. She's a Saxon, I guess. What am I? What do I count as? What are me and Turbo? Apparently, I'm Northumbrian. That's all that I needed to know. I get a substantial boost to my fitness and hauling. You damn right I do. So when we go to our butcher shop, you can see that I've got some of my product in here. But what we want to do is we want to take our hides and we want to put them in there. And then we're going to want to take the full-sized carcasses that we got from, slaying animals and whatnot and drag them over to there. And just like in the guild, oh, this guy's what does this guy want? Why is he talking to me? Did we have a good conversation or was it a bad conversation? I'm going to go talk to him. I could punch him in the face if I wanted to. I accidentally punched a lady in the face the other day, and she's being a real ass about it. It was an accident. I misclicked. I didn't mean to punch you in the face. How's your family? I don't have one. What's your favorite food? Herbs. Me too. How are you doing? I love my life. I've been so lucky. What do you do for work? I'm not working at the moment, but I've been lucky in life, so I don't necessarily need to. Okay. What about your wealth? You and Farron spend time discussing wealth, assets, and strategies for utilizing poor people to create more wealth. That is the foundation of all industry. There's like 4 industries that exist inside of every economy since the dawn of time. There's farming, there's bronze, I think there's cobblers, and I think there's poor people. And those are the 4 main economic engines. I remember that from when I took my economics classes in college. I don't think we're going to get too much out of that, guys. So let's go ahead and step back on over this way. What are my goals for my character right now? Well, personally, my goals for my character at the moment are just to end up in a situation where I'm married and I have children on the way. That's about it. Let's begin processing just some basic meat, I guess. Sounds good. If we can get that done, and what you'll see right here is he'll go to work. Everybody in this game, they run like they're in front of a green screen from like an old skit by like the Muppets or whatever. Or if you've ever seen like the Mighty Boosh, where they sort of like gallivant in front of a green screen to imply motion and then they just cut it out. It's almost like all the movement in this game looks like a Tim and Eric skit to me. All right, our first batch of production is done. It gave us a little bit of meat, but not very much. Let's go ahead and clear out the big carcass from the deer too. I may avoid hunting smaller things. Kind of feels to me like hunting smaller things is not worth it. We only got like 4 meat and a hide out of that. I should be able to turn this into money. If you're wondering what this nomenclature means down here, that's what it buys for and that's what it sells for. So we're going to need to take a lot of this stuff to market if we actually want to get paid. Having now finished my jobs for the day and done all the activities that I need to do, we've got to decide how well, I guess I could process some leather. I haven't really been processing leather lately, have I? Yeah, let's process out the leather. Why not? And as you can see, one detail I really like about this game is that when you build an upgrade, it actually attaches onto the building. So these leatherworking racks, these were not here when I started out the game when I first bought this butcher shop. And I very much like the fact that when you're doing leatherworking, they come outside and they actually work on the tanning rack. And you can see them like scraping the leather and whatnot. I know about this stuff because my dad did taxidermy for a big chunk of my childhood. My dad was always processing pelts or something for guys in the neighborhood that had gone hunting. Usually things like raccoons and deer and whatnot. But anyways, my dad used to always have hides stretched out in the backyard and in the garage and whatnot. I've eaten meat from my pockets. Living the dream, my friend. I think that's all that any of us have ever wanted to do. Just hang out and eat meat out of our pockets, man. It's the only way to be. And of course, because this game incorporates pretty heavy survival mechanics, actually, we are going to have to go and sleep. You can see our little meters up here. You have your health, you have your stomach fullness, and you also have your energy level. As time goes along, you will get other moodles up here, and they can be quite consequential. For example, I think 2 days after I moved into town, it was that classic freshman year of college thing where I caught the flu, and I had the flu for like an entire season, basically. I had the flu where I was just sick and my character walked with a limp. He looked like he got run over by a van. There are other moodles that can pop in that have to do with your wounded status or your overall health status. As far as what my goals are for my character right now and what I'm trying to do in the greater context of the world, the way I see it, half of my outputs right now are being completely and totally wasted. So I'm producing leather from all of these creatures that I'm taking from the woods right now because I've added aftermarket things to my shop that allow me to do that, but the leather is not really going to any use right now. I was sort of thinking, because my character spawned in, if we take a look at my skill sheet right here, my character spawned in with 16 skill at backpack making, and so I was personally kind of thinking that a good next goal for my character would be to try to buy out the leather worker. That way I could then bring all of my hides over to the leatherworking shop after the fact, and I could start having those converted into clothing and other goodies. I think we're done with the leatherworking right now. We're a little bit tired because I stayed up all night doing this stuff. I'm going to try to fix my sleep habits tonight, and I'll show you how the cart works. So I do have a cart. You can take these carts over here, and for example, I can assign my character to go get the cart. The cart is the only way that you can stack this stuff up to take it back home with you. And then if you click on the cart and you bring it back, So it's a little bit finicky. This game has a few quality of life things when it comes to the control of vehicles and whatnot that can be kind of a pain. But anyways, assign your guy to the cart, and then you got to click on the cart, and then from there it'll be like an RTS. When you right click, he'll move the cart around. But if you don't click on the cart, he'll just kind of like get confused and stop doing what he's supposed to do. So I've got all these bone charms right here that I've been carving from all the bones of the animals that I've got around. We're going to bring those to market, and we're going to see if we can sell those for just like a little bit of cash. It looks like we should get a decent sale right there because there are none on the market. So we'll go ahead and sell 10 of those right there. That's 450 bucks that we just made. And then that's going to be another 140, so that's a nice little come up. Let's grab the cart, and we'll drag this back over here, and we're going to see if we can make our money off of, we'll sell a single meat stack. Oh, I can't sell the meat stacks. Okay, how much leathers can I carry then? Stack those back up. Can I bring all the leathers with me? All right, let's sell off as many of the leathers as we possibly can, too. And then once our pockets are flush with that stinky tannery money, we're going to go back and talk to Hannah again and see if we can, you know, I don't know, make her love us, man. If we buy these out, I think you get 210 out of each of these. There are a lot of them on the market, though. So it's 64, but you get 3 out. Yeah, we could definitely turn a profit by processing the hides that are already on the market if we didn't want to end up paying for those. It is doable. I haven't played around with it too much. I've only played this game for about 4 hours as of right now. And so I've played the game a decent amount, but it actually seems like there's a lot to get a handle on. So I just figured out how to tag and mark people and add them as people of interest so that you don't have to find them in the town anymore. But I don't know how intertwined a lot of these systems are inside of this game. What I mean by that is, I don't know if I can buy things from this town and take it 2 towns over and earn a profit that way, just being like a merchant. Haven't played around with that at all. You can check the markets from wherever you are, so I assume it's not that big of a deal, but still, I could buy some ale. I don't know if I want 15 ale, but 5 ale sounds okay. And then if I have the 5 ale, let's say that we take this cart back with us. So I have it on good authority. Hannah said that her favorite food in the whole world is ale. And so obviously she's a woman after my own heart because I just love drinking. And so anyways, what I want to do here now is I want to go and find her, and then I want to give her the ale and see if that helps out with our relationship status before I get tired tonight. Go ahead and eat both my meals right there so that I get my well-fed bonus. And then let's just break out these ales, dude. Let's break them out. Things don't stack inside your inventory. Where's she at? Is she arresting people or something right now? Oh, she's talkable at the moment. She's right here, too. Nice. Lovemaking. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I feel like that would be a nice cherry on top. All right, let's go ahead and flirt. Men blush as you walk by. There's only 4 flirts, all right? We're not the most interesting people in the world. She's losing interest. Let's ask her about how she's doing. Life is tough at the moment. Let's chat about work. She tells you everything you want to know. What about wealth? Are you serious? My shoes are more hole than shoe. Feels bad, but there's not a lot of dirt in your hair. Do you feel good about that? How do I ask her to marry me? That's what I want to do. I'm just going to follow her like a dog for a little while. Everybody knows that women love it when you just follow them everywhere and you never let them have a moment's peace to themselves. That's one of the great secret dating strategies that you will never hear in Cosmopolitan. Yo! Cat fight! Apparently Hannah's getting into some kind of drama right now with Agatha. I don't know what her name is, dude. The names from this time period are not very pretty names. Agatha. Do you want to dance and drink with me? I brought you alcohol. You told me on no uncertain terms that liquor is your favorite thing in the whole world. Let us dance. Apparently, we can only drink and frolic inside the alehouse right here. There we go. Bust that move. Yep. Show her the 2-step, bro. Show her the 2-step. Did you just floss, my man? Oh, my God. Who's screaming in terror right now? There you go. Gyrate those hips. Get them in there. That's just what dancing sounds like in this universe. You might think that there's something terrible happening, like somebody's having their wig peeled back. No, that's just the sound we make while we dance here. In fact, I have it on pretty certain authority that if you don't make that kind of screaming, just absolute roaring, awful sounding noise while you're drinking and dancing, it doesn't count. People will actually judge you harshly for that. Here's a beer. Take that right there. You want that beer? Nice, dude. So, like, is 100... You want to marry me? Hannah, come here. Hannah, please marry me. Oh, she looks receptive. That didn't look like a no. You and Hannah are now married. You two will now share all of your money and buildings. Yay! So, like, what did I just inherit? Did I just get, like, a new house? Oh, I did. I just got a new house. The Chapman household is growing. Oh, she lives over by the church. Okay, so she lives over by... That's like prime real estate right there. She lives over by the Iglesia. I respect it. Do I control her now that she's in my family? Is that a thing? Or does she still kind of like do her own thing? That's fair. That's fair. It doesn't look like I can control Hannah, but judging from my own marriage in real life, that seems actually fairly accurate. So, like, I'll take it. If we wanted to, like, talk to her right there, like, she needs to come back outside. Yeah, enter the house. Go inside the house, and we're gonna try to make some whoopee up in here. What's gonna happen when I do that? Do we have to go to, like, wow, we've got this place, like, crammed with beds, dude. We need to, like, score some roommates. She's got a sword, though, so be polite about this, man. Oh, it's going down. Did she just pay me $100 for sleeping with her? Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, this marriage is not working out the way that I thought it was gonna work out. I'm gonna be honest with you. She just left the money on the dresser, man. I mean, on one level, we kind of just made money doing something that, like, everyone wants to do. But then, on the other hand, that's a little disrespectful. But at the same time, $100 is $100, you know what I'm saying? The next thing that I need to do, actually, is I need to walk down the road to the military camp. And I need to see if I can buy myself, like, a warm cloak. Maybe even two. We have enough money right now. A set of winter clothes are, like, $600. And I think that if I could get winter clothes for both me and the old wife unit, I think we'll be okay. The good news is, do I have to, like, feed her or anything? I don't think I have to feed her, and she got them strong eyebrows right there. That's how you know that she's a woman that can take a punch. Look at them powerful eyebrows right there. All right, so having walked down to the military camp, I don't know exactly where the market is here. It says there's a market over here somewhere. I gotta find it. Well, what I was hoping we would accomplish today was that I wanted... Oh, okay, so she gets her paycheck for doing her normal job, but she's kind of like autonomous. She goes out and does her own thing. Gotcha. Makes sense to me. You can build buildings in this game. I haven't figured out exactly all the stuff that goes into building buildings, but there is a plot map that you can look like when you come through right here, and then there are spots where you can buy plots, and then you can develop the plot on out. So, for example, if I wanted to create a lumber hut, my options are I could buy this guy out, or... I can build my own along the edges of town. It's up to you how you want to do that. You can call it how you see it. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of wildlife. Like, I need to go hunt and bring some more things. Oh, nice! Apparently, I've just been drinking heavily out of my own pockets. Listen, if you're not the kind of man that carries around a pocket Pabst, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to get along, all right? Liquor is for the road, Rick. For the road. Oh, dude, we're actually, like, messed up right now. I don't think I thought about the full ramifications of what a Solamente liquor-based diet was going to look like. I don't know, dude. Like, I thought it'd be it's cold out today. You know, oh, there's a merchant camp? Where's the merchant camp at? Go to the merchant camp. They might have clothing. I might be able to gird my loins. Oh, look, dude, I got drunk buddy. Heel rot. He's drunk with me at 9 in the morning. All right, dude, we're not alone. If you got to be drunk at 9 in the morning, I feel like you should be drunk with other people. It helps the bitter medicine go down for everybody else. Oh, I'm no longer drunk. All right, so here at the merchant camp, what I wanted to buy was that I wanted to buy a ranger's outfit so that I would be warmer. All right. And so we'll put that on real quick. Hey, and look, dude, I actually have clothing on now, and I'm warm. All right. What else can I buy with the money that I have on deck right now? I think a backpack would be a strong choice. I don't think it's the worst, most awful choice. Herbal tea is also pretty good, though, too. Herbal tea cures a lot of illnesses, so if you get sick, it can be hard to track down herbal tea. A gold charm that makes you more likable. How about a backpack that makes me more storageable? How about that? Oh, nice, dude. Does stuff stack in your backpack? It does? Oh, my God. All right, well, we're about to make some dividends out here. My man needs to stop drinking beer for lunch, though. But this is Saelig. If you like the guild and you want an indie alternative to the guild, this game is about as good and as close as it gets. And it seems like there's a lot of content here because I've just been hunting and foraging and living off the land for the last 4 hours. I've made enough money to get married, to buy a shop. I've made enough money to equip my characters with bows and to equip my characters with clothing and things like that. Like, there's all these little sub-goals, and what I like about this game is with the guild, everything has to do with the economy and how you interact with that economy. What I like about this game is that it very, very heavily ties in survival RPG sandbox mechanics, so that if you don't want to engage with the overall economy and you just kind of want to do your own thing and be like Aragorn living out in the woods, hunting or trapping or doing whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that. In the guild, you're always kind of passively a merchant family. How you get to be a merchant family depends on, like, the jobs and things that you take, but at the end of the day, the point of the game is to, like, buy and sell stuff and move up the chain by having lots more money. What I like about this game is that you can kind of just sandbox it up and play it almost like Conan Exiles if you want to, by just hunting and making money, chopping trees. You can go forage fruit from the woods, you know, and sell it if I wanted to right now without any building. I could set up on a road like way back here, and I could put myself into waylaying mode, which will rob everybody that comes by and charge them a toll. Like, there's other things you can do inside of here that are their own gameplay mechanics and their own gameplay loops that are sort of like, yeah, you can sell the stuff that you steal from people and whatnot, for sure. But the vibe I get from this game is that a lot of the things you do just because it's what you do during the course of a day or whatever. It felt a lot more immersive than the guild to me, I guess, is the way that I would finalize it. It feels more immersive. So while the game isn't perfect and the game looks very asset-y, it's got very, very basic models and all that kind of stuff, this is a pretty solid indie sequel. Like, if you were disappointed by the Guild 3, this would be a really good place to look. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with Saelig. Tomorrow we'll be fooling around with something else. Hopefully this video helped you decide whether or not you want the game. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care, everybody.